Emitters props here, and today in this video, it's a video that I wanted to do for ages, and I did actually record a video, but for some reason it wouldn't let me edit it and upgrade it and do it through the usual system that I use, and for some known reason it then decided to delete itself, so I don't have one. So I thought, well, I've got free time, I will make one now. So here we go. Yeah, so this video is about the Celestial Toy Store 11th Doctor Sonic versus the Rubbertoe replicas version 2. As I don't have the version 1 with me. Well, I don't have the version 1 at all, so yeah. The bonus one will be the Mark II, which I will be adding into the video at a later date. Now, for the purpose of this video, I will put a CT emitter on here. Which one was the original? That wasn't the original CT, that's an upgraded one there. It's got a nice bright green light there. However, for the purpose of this video, I'll put a proper green one on there. Well, the original CT one, the one it came with. There we go. Okay, it doesn't look as appealing now, but anyway. So, okay, let's get into it. So, the age-old question that people have been asking for years is, which one's better? Is it the robust CT that's easy to flip with the thumb, has a lovely yellowing on here, and has a lovely big button? Or is it the version 2 Rubbertoe, made by the guy that makes it on the show, but that doesn't have a yellowed resin bit, and has a smaller button, but has lovely calls and a swirly emitter? Well, that's the question people have been asking for years. And I can quite honestly say, I think it's down to personal preference at the end of the day. I'm here for stability and durability and flickability with my replicas. So first of all, we're going to go from the top and work our way down. I think that's probably the best way to do it. So for emitters, as you can see, a nice flat emitter there. It lights up at the top, not the bottom. Nice bright green there as well. There are sort of bubbles in there, and you can see that sort of pulsing LED there, while the Rubbertoe, although it's less rounded than the version 1, the version 1 it was very rounded, which isn't accurate. He's done it flatter here on the version 2s, but it's still a bit too rounded. But as you can see, it lights up at the tip, and it does look awesome. But it doesn't have that pulse, and I quite like that. But in terms of emitters, changeability anyway, obviously, you know, this one can come off. I should really be doing it on the video, shouldn't I? And then we'll put this emitter on here, which is not doing what I wanted it to do. Lovely. As you can see, still lights up green, which isn't very good. Oh yes. Just need to make sure. Sometimes the the emitters here force it down. Force the have to be careful with that little rod there, it doesn't turn that around. This one's quite a nice one. It's like a sort of glassy effect. Reminds me almost of the CO toy in terms of its so yeah. But like I say, the one I prefer is this one. As this one does look awesome. Nice and light as well. So yeah. You don't get any spare emitters with the Rubbertoe. These are all, well, minus that one. These are all CT compatible ones. So, yep. Next is the claw shapes. So, as you can see here, it's more of a box look on that one. Whereas this one, they sort of come to a point, if you can see the difference. It's more of a, it's more this bit here goes up that way, whereas on this one, the diagonal bit is actually on par sort of with the emitter there. It's hard to say. But next we go on to the cage assembly. Now on the CT, the aluminium bit is thick and the copper is thin, which obviously helps for flicking it with the thumb, and also it feels heavier and it's nicer to hold in the hand. Whereas with this one, the aluminium bit is thin and the copper is thick. Thumb extension is very hard to do, and I don't know, I prefer the thicker knurling. And the knurling on the CT is quite raised. The knurling on the version 2 isn't very raised. So yeah. Going down to this bit then. It's kind of just basic really, isn't it? However, on the CT, it is actually thinner. See, you can see that. So that's interesting. Look at the cores as well while we're here, actually. Hold on a second, sorry. You can hear the flick. I was just testing the strength of it because it's a bit... Okay, cool. Right, so the cores on this one have been upgraded and they've got Collingwood cores in there. Now, they're nice. They've got a little bit of swell in there, if you can see. few swirls there. It's like a mint green, kind of milky green colour for the swirls for that one. And then for the CT, the swirls are amazing. You've got some black swirls in there. Some nice swirls in there as well. Very nice. Very good. So yeah, both lovely. I think I prefer the... Well, I don't know actually. I don't know. That's an interesting question. Next is the leather. Now here's the leather on the CT. It's not accurate leather, but it's nice leather. It's lambskin leather. My micro switch on this CT is perfect, where on some it's not as neat. So that's nice. This one, the accurate leather has been used, that was on the actual props. However, it feels very sticky, as if it's like a thin plastic leather that's been stuck on. And I don't like that. I've never liked that feel. In the 2 years I've had this Sonic, I've never ever liked that feel. But yeah, but the micro switch, as you can see, is neat as well, neater than the other one, and the stitching's nice as well. Coming down to the resin bit, as you can see, I prefer the CT one, and I'll show you why in a minute. But take a look at the details on the Rubbertoe. You can see the machining marks as well there. If you look closely, it's hard to see it on the Rubbertoe, but it's easy to see it on the CT. And then the dirt marks there as well. And the massive silver grub screw there. But like I say, grub screws always make the detail better. This is why I love the CT one more. Look at that yellow. I think CT made his resin from an off-white, so that it would yellow quicker, whereas I think Nick's one is actually from white resin. I think that's why. But you can see here the detail where they put the original grub screw, filled it in. Then the machining marks are more drilled into the resin on this one, which is why it's easier to see. They're more pronounced. The grub screw is also smaller, so it doesn't stick out as much as, say, the Rubbertoe. Not saying that's accurate or not, but it looks better in my opinion. Just great detail on the handle. There. Then as we move down to the pommel, different. They're quite different indeed. One has a thicker line there, the other one has a thin one. And then the caps are different, longer on the Rubbertoe. There. And then of course they both open. To reveal the button. But the CT on the left here has the massive big button with the beautiful, fantastic swirls. And then the Rubbertoe on the right here has a small button that reminds me of the CO toy. And it has one swirl, but it's smaller. I don't know what is supposed to be accurate there. I'm not sure. But yeah, so there we go. In terms of detail, they're both absolutely fantastic. In terms of detail, they're both brilliant. Now, of course, it comes down to personal preference, I think, really. At the end of the day, I'm not here to slate one company off and praise the other, but it's more your personal preference. Now, I do have here the custom Mark II by Rubbertoe replicas with a CT emitter, because the CT emitters work on this Mark II. So it has, if you were wondering where it's gone, it has the ruby red emitter because it actually looks better. It actually shines brighter, like, you know, you can see its reflection on the wall there. Because the resin, the swirls on this is the original custom Mark II emitter. And as you can see, it is beautiful. But all those swirls there, they hinder the light from escaping to make it dull. And I don't like that on a Sonic, so that one's just better. But this one is fantastic. I love the brass with the wood and the brass screws. And the Gallifreyan engravings there. Fantastic. And the, oh, I can do it like that actually, the thumb extension with the red cores. Love the brown leather. I've got a new button on that one, as you can see. There we go. Cool. Love this wood in place of the resin. Very good. And then love the brass pommel with no button on there, of course. So that is the custom Mark II. Completely different to the other two, but I thought I'd add that in. So now we're going to take a look at Flickability. So for that, I will take this off the camera and grab the CT first, but I think we will. So, okay. Alright, that was good. Thumb extension. Effortless. Very good. Then we've got the Rubbertoe. Yeah, see, a lot more effort to do that, but that's probably because my claws, the claws on this one have been tightened up. So, thumb extension is very hard to do on mine. Some version 2s it's easy. But with mine, okay, that was a little bit better, but still, not effortless. Like this one. This one's effortless in every way. So look at that, guys. So there we go. Accessories that they come with. So the CT comes with a little plaque. That's it, basically. Let's do a Toy Store 11th Doctors, 158 over 1,000. Oh, 1,111. That has dropped now to 500. It does as well come with this lovely box, carrying case. That was shit. I'll show you that in a second, that was terrible. The custom Mark II comes with this stand, which kind of reminds me of a Cyberman eye. You know, kind of reminds me of a Cyberman eye, but yeah, quite cool. There we go, you can see my face there in the reflection as well. It does look like a Cyberman eye though. But that, of course, stands the Sonic in place. I've wanted to try this for a while, but see if the... Okay, interesting. It does stand the CT in there, that's quite cool. And then this is obviously Nick's stand for the 11th. There with the... he didn't sign mine for some reason, but number 84 or 250 there on the back. And it does light up, but I don't have the... tool, I don't have the light for it, the wire. So yeah, at the end of the day, it's all down to your personal preference. I love my Rubbertoe, but I am thinking of retiring it, selling it, so if anybody's interested, let me know. I think I'm probably going to sell it maybe for between 750 and 800, I think, so don't think I want any less, to be honest. I'm still wondering whether I want to sell it, but I think I probably do. But my favourite is definitely the CT. At the end of the day, it wins for me for durability and because I prefer the thicker knurling as well on there. And the yellowing, I love that, and I prefer the bigger button with the beautiful swirl. Best swirl I've ever seen on a button. Because some CTs, you get no swirl in the button. Others get like a little bit in the corner, but that is all over the joint, That's like infected with swirls, which is awesome. It looks beautiful. So, very lucky indeed to have it. But yeah, I just think it's better for durability purposes. But let me know what you think about it. Let me know which one's your favourite. Is it the Rubbertoe Replicas version 2? If you have one, what number are you? Is it the CT Celestial Toy Store? If you have one, what's your number? Not your phone number, I mean your number. And if you have a custom Mark II or a Mark 1 or a Mark 3 or a Mark 4, let me know what number you are and what mark you are, and show me, do a video or show pictures if you haven't already. A couple of shout outs to my buddy Olin and my buddy Alfie, who has one of these. Check their videos out, fantastic. The Nerd Archive 96, he has, or he did have the CT. This was his actually, before he sold it to somebody who then sold that to me. So shout out to you, buddy. It said hello. He's also got a Rubbertoe, hence why he sold the CT. So check his videos out, because they're fantastic videos indeed. And his Mark 1 and his 12th, Jesus Christ, and all the other videos he does, not just Doctor Who, he does loads of stuff on there. I've got some replicas from other franchises that I'm thinking of doing, so yeah, I mean, he's inspired me, so I think I probably will, because I've only done Doctor Who stuff at the moment. But yeah, go and follow him, subscribe to him if you haven't already. As I said, watch Olin's, watch Alfie's videos, and anybody else out there that I'm friends with on Instagram that have Instagram accounts, you guys are all awesome. And the whole Sonic community is just absolutely fantastic, and I love both of these. If I had to pick one to survive with, it would be the CT, just for the strength, the durability, and personal things on the Sonic that I prefer to the Rubbertoe. But I do absolutely love the Rubbertoe, don't think I don't, and don't think that Rubbertoe is crap because I picked CT, because some people in other videos would say, choose CT, don't choose Nick, because Nick's work is crap. No, Nick's work is beautiful. It's just there's things on this CT that I just prefer, like the big knurling, the bigger button, the leather choice, and the flatter emitter. Always the flatter emitter for the 11th. So yeah, that's it really, just a few factors. But I do love my custom Mark II, which was made by Nick. I love it. It's so heavy and just fantastic. So, and it's unique. It's a unique Sonic, you know. So yeah. Anyway, guys, that does it for this comparison. It wasn't a versus video. It wasn't a slagging one company maker, one prop maker or the other prop maker. It wasn't that video. It was literally just a video of a comparison between two Sonics. So yeah, that's it. Give you a better look at that box as well there, so you can see the box there. And as always, I'll give you a little spin. We'll finish it off on one of the spins. That was not the best spin in the world, but there we go. And when that finishes, actually, quickly, I'll just, you can see his legs, so you know what's coming. You know what's coming, don't you? There's the Cyberman look, and there's the stand. Don't you think it looks like an eye? Looks like a Cyberman eye, doesn't it? Let me know if you think that as well. Like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.